Alright, hi guys, I'm going to show you guys again how to export images. And images can refer to panoramics, PAs, bite wings, photographs, you name it, whatever they have in their file. So to get started, again, you're going to want to go up to this maroon wheel, open up the Dentrix imaging software, and depending on how you want to find it, usually it's easiest you can go show image history, and in this area here you can either search just by everything in the right date order is how it's going to do it here. If you know it's tooth tooth number 4, you can open this and then you can search by tooth number. You can search by X-ray, photo, different types of images. So at this point, we're just going to take the most recent set of bite wings and pretend that we need to share those with someone. So to share or to export them, you're going to actually click the share button at the bottom here. So when you hit share, this window is going to open. You're going to have a couple of different options. Now, when you click include image enhancements, that's going to mean that if we've enhanced the image in any way, applied a filter to it, it's going to save that version of the image. If you click this, annotations and measurements, if we've measured like space for an implant or circled anything, it's going to include that. So, for example, if you're sending this to the insurance company, and you circled something, that's what you would want to check. Otherwise, generally, you are going to export as a JPEG. Now, they call all layouts, they call them exams. So in this exam, we have options. When you have selected images, whatever has this yellow box around it is going to make a separate file type. So right now, as is, if you were to hit export now, it is going to export this single image as a JPEG file, and you won't have any of the other ones. Now, if you click that and you only want 2 of them, you could do 2. The other buttons, if you wanted to do entire exam, you have 2 options. So entire exam in separate images means that each one of these is going to have a separate file. So you're going to end up with 4 separate JPEG files. If you select this entire exam in one image, you are going to have 1 file type. So let's just start with 1 image. You hit export, and then let's just name this share 1 image. And we'll save it to our desktop. We'll hit save, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. We're going to back up here, and then here we go. So this is the file I just saved. So it's 1 single file type, 1 image is how that's saved. So we're going to go back, and we're going to share the same set again, but instead of an entire exam as 1 image, you're going to save entire exam in separate images. So when you hit export this time, it's going to put it as a zip file. So let's just create a new folder, and we'll call it zip on the desktop. Open it there, and then we'll just save it with what it names it as. If you go back to the desktop to our new folder we just made and open it up here, you'll want to extract all of them, and you can just have them in the same folder. There we go. So basically, for those who don't know, a zip file essentially is a way it compresses the file type so it's a little bit smaller. But now you can see We have all the images, they're individualized. And the nice thing here is it automatically labels the patient's name, the date, and the teeth numbers on all the images, so you do not have to go back and do them yourself, and then they can be sent as separate JPEG images. Lastly, I just want to go over one other thing. Like, let's just say you wanted to send it and you wanted to have the patient's name on it. You could do share and you could do print, and what it's going to do is it's going to create a PDF file. Let's just save this back on the desktop, and let's just save it as print file will be the name. Hit save, and then if we go back to our desktop and you open this file we just made, it'll open it just like any other PDF file. And the nice thing is it'll have the patient's name, what kind of image it is, the date it was taken, the patient's date of birth, the tooth numbers on here, and just kind of where it is. The other nice thing with all this white space, if you go up into tools here and you go fill and sign, just click that, and then you click here, and then you can type in whatever notes you want extra. And then you can even move this text box around too. You can make the font bigger, you can make it smaller, and then you'd have to save it again, but then that's how it is. And then this can either be emailed, it can be actually printed that way. So hopefully that is a little bit helpful in how to export images with the new system.